I would say, and we've heard this term, we're talking about a new normal. I don't know that that's going to extend to all areas, but I would say the new normal in computer access expectation is going to be the kind of speeds that this video call makes possible. I would expect that here in Pennsylvania, we have, because of some Harrisburg initiated network projects across the state, we have a lot of fiber optic cable that's going to get pressed into service once we get to the other side of this and we're able to get back to doing more hands-on work.
Not necessarily the technologies that I guess we've come to rely on, but rather how quickly we've had to adapt to using them. I mean, most of the technologies we've been using and making prolific use of have been around for several years. Web conferencing, just for an example, has been around for over a decade. While there's some newcomers like Zoom and Google Meet, WebEx has been around for more than a decade. I think it even stems from the late 90s. Social networking sites like Facebook have been around for just as long, content sharing and streaming via YouTube for 15 years. Then there's other collaborative platforms, Slack, Teams, which debuted 7 and 3 years ago, respectively, I think. And so the tools aren't necessarily new, but we are figuring out new and creative uses for them. Zoom dating, for example, I've heard of. Museums and art galleries are allowing you to view and tour their works virtually. Musicians, street artists are swapping their performances on the street for virtual ones. And I know several families that do a family game night via Facebook Messenger rooms. And of course, on the professional side, as we're well aware, the office conference room has been completely supplanted by Zoom, Slack, Teams, and SharePoint.
Occupational therapy practitioners work with individuals or groups to cultivate mindful balancing of work, rest, play, and sleep patterns. So let's take a quick and a closer look at joy and infusing that into daily and life meaningful occupations. First, we're going to look at work. Maybe write down 5 reasons every day that you are grateful for the paid or non-paid work that you're doing. And remember, all that non-paid work does count. It's work. Next, if we take a look at play, remember to play every day. Even adult play is good. Child and adult play. Make time for organized play or just let it happen spontaneously. The next thing we could look at is rest. Activities that enhance joy during rest maybe include meditation, prayer, walking, yoga, painting, or gardening. And we know what brings us joy, and we know what makes us feel like we get that rest point. So just get up and take care of that and do it. The next thing we could look at is sleep preparation and or sleep. And sleep prep can become a time of joy. So maybe listen to soft music, turn off your phone, turn off the TV, bring some calming scents into the space if you're able to, open a window, fresh grass right now being cut is wonderful, lavender, vanilla, or chocolate is great. And then that sleep, the actual sleep. The more adequate sleep we do get, the more joyful we become. So adequate sleep is the foundation for everything else that we do. So those are just a few points that may bring us joy.